Thank you very much, Vincent. So we have the next presenter, Mrs. Geok. Mrs. V will be able to share with us her own personal learning and reflecting experience of teaching and practicing mindful walking in the nature in the forest. So Mrs. V, please.
Just click it. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. Okay. Good morning, everyone, and all of you Zoomers out there joining us from wherever you are in the comfort of your own home. I've been given 8 minutes to share with you my experience in the aspect of mindfulness and mindful walking. So, what is mindful walking, and how does one walk mindfully? And often I'm asked this question. In order for us to understand mindful walking, one actually has to also understand the broader mindfulness practice itself. Yeah. So instead of trying to explain to you, I've decided that I will invite all of you and all of you Zoomers out there to join me for a walk. So this morning is a beautiful morning, and I have selected the forest trail in the Singapore Botanic Gardens. For some of you who are familiar, who have been walking with us, you know exactly what the trail looks like, all right? So for those of you who have never been here, imagine. So wherever you are, sit back, and including my live audience, please join me. Sit back, be comfortable, close your eyes, put your 2 feet on the ground, and allow me to just take you through a short, mindful 3 to 4 minutes walk. We have arrived at the walking trail with a knapsack on our back, amongst other belongings, a bottle of water. As we begin our walk, we first notice the steps of the boardwalk, gently ascending. The trees and the lush green leaves provide a protective canopy over our heads. The scent of the forest, the fresh, clean air, the early morning dew following a night of shower, and now the rays of sunshine dancing amongst the leaves and branches gives us a sense of ease and comfort. We notice the sounds of our feet, our shoes, in contact with the boardwalk. Thud, thud, thud. We sense our breathing is heavier, having to exert greater effort to climb the steps. Slowing down the pace to catch our breath, we continue. A slight breeze rustles through the branches. We feel the coolness on our skin. Thoughts of the past, memories, a list of things to attend to later in the day occupies our mind. Preoccupied with our plan for the rest of the day, we have lost our present moment awareness. Suddenly, a monitor lizard waddles across our path. It caught our attention. Now we are back in the present moment. As we push further into the trail, we stop to take a sip of water to quench our thirst. Feeling refreshed and energized, we continue with our walk. And as we reach the end of this 600 meters long forest trail, we notice the bright sunshine in the distance. We have finished our walk, and you may now open your eyes, and thank you for being with me and allowing me to guide you. You will notice that throughout this 3 to 4 minutes walk, what I've done is try to take you through the process where all our senses are awakened and actively engaged. Okay? We are intentionally mindful of the ground beneath our feet, the air passing in and out of our lungs. There are sights, smell, taste, touch, and sounds. So all our senses are actually awakened. There are many benefits in this practice, but sharing my own experience in particular of relevance to me is this deeper sense of concentration. Walking in a shared space with fellow walkers, insects and other animals, the weather itself, makes it a very challenging environment filled with potential distractions. And having to constantly and repetitively brings the mind back to the present moment, strengthens one's own ability to remain focused on the task and the task we set out to do. And in this case, of course, then it is to walk mindfully and to pay attention to whatever in the external that is arising in contact with your senses, and also to be aware of your own internal emotions and feelings that are rising. So I find myself connecting also much more closely with the environment, paying greater attention to the situation around me, to the environment around me, rather than walking mindlessly from place to place. Prof. Kwa earlier on, several months back when we were doing the book, asked me how I would describe, my own relation to the forest. And I told him, I said, the forest is Mother Nature. And I said, Mother Nature to me is a place of refuge where a tired body and mind can be healed and restored. And earlier on, Professor Vincent Chong has given you all the reasons why therapeutic gardening is so important and so beneficial. Now, experiencing nature in the present moment as I walk along, I find myself release of stress, anxiety, whatever is there, and also this general feeling, this burden sometimes of the vicissitudes of life. And always after a walk, I feel lighter, I'm much more relieved, my mood is happier, yeah. And I've been doing this for many years now, even before I joined Namas. And because I started my meditation practice almost 20 years ago, mindful walking has now been very much an integral part of my daily living. Now, can I have the next slide, please? So if you look at this is a definition which I took from John Kabat-Zinn, the founder of MBSR, mindfulness-based stress reduction technique, hugely popular. He defines mindfulness as the awareness that arises from paying attention. Paying attention, it is not random, right? On purpose and in the present moment and non-judgmentally. Next slide. Mindful walking is one aspect of the larger mindfulness practice which brings awareness to the body and bodily functions, feelings and emotions, thought processes, and states of mind. This later core awareness practices focus on understanding our mind, and with a greater depth of awareness allows for regulating our emotions, exercising control over our responses instead of reacting to challenging situations, which we normally do. So, sharing with you all of this, I hope that for you, all of you out there, if I'm able to persuade just a few of you to take up this practice, then it would have been really worth my stress standing for 8 minutes here. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.